I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. Gone are the dark gray clouds that had me blind. It's gonna be a bright, sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, sunshiny day. I think I can make it now, the pain is gone. All of the bad feelings have disappeared. Here is the rainbow I've been praying for. It's gonna be a bright, sunshiny day. Look all around, there's nothing but blue skies. Look straight ahead, there's nothing but blue skies. I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. Hey, I can see all obstacles in my way. Gone are the dark gray clouds that had me blind. It's gonna be a bright, sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, sunshiny day.
Good morning, Unity of Gaithersburg. Let's welcome our transitional minister, Steve Colliday. Steve is joining our live streaming this morning directly from his office in Unity Village, Missouri. Take it away, Steve.
Well, good morning, everyone in Unity of Gaithersburg. Happy Sunday. I'm so excited about being with you on this journey, and this is a day that we remember and that we are here to celebrate and to remember our core identity of love and to have fun as we do it. And so this morning we have a lot of things going on, and we are going to be having time to have some music, and we're going to have some prayers, and we're going to just celebrate life in the Sunday celebration service. So I send it back to you, and give yourself a hug from me from rainy day here in Lee Summit, Unity Village. Take care.
Okay, let us open our time together with a prayer. And so this morning, as we open our hearts and our minds with the joy of having our new minister with us, we call that place of gratitude. We are so grateful that we get to come together today. We get to share the energy of love, the energy of oneness, the energy of connection. As we enjoy this beautiful day, this beautiful music, and we take this love, we take this gratitude out into the world and lift up one another and our fellow humans. And so it is. Amen. And we have some announcements this morning. Our transformation opportunities are also detailed in our community newsletter. And you can receive next week's edition by sharing your email with us. The holiday season is over, but food insecurity in our region is on the rise. Our social justice team is sponsoring a digital food drive for the Capital Area Food Bank. Our financial contributions go much farther given the quantity discounts available, and our funds can be directed to items most needed. And contributions to the Capital Area Food Bank alleviate food insecurity of many of our neighbors who are in great need at this challenging time. To make a donation, go to the special events page on our website or click the link in our newsletter. And plan to tune in to our community meeting today with Steve. We'll meet on Zoom today at 12:30, and to get the Zoom link, go to the newsletter or send an email to admin@unityofgaithersburg.org. And remember, our Zoom happenings during this time of no in-person activities. Our Hump Day Happy Hour is a raucously fun time. I encourage you to tune in every Wednesday at 5 p.m. on Zoom. And you can send an email to admin email address, and the link is also in our newsletter for that event. And now, please center yourselves as we reflect together on today's daily word. Our focus is world peace. Our affirmation: I open to peace and send love to the world. I envision a world as a unified community in which all people live harmoniously, respectfully, and peacefully. I imagine a world where peace extends beyond borders. We celebrate our differences, the beauty that makes us unique and interesting. I look at how I support or obstruct my vision for peace. With greater understanding of myself, I cultivate peace and love within my own being and allow love to shine forth from me. As I gain a greater understanding of others, I see the divinity of each person and easily let go of any perceived separation. Centered in the love that I am, I treat others with kindness, dignity, and respect. I approach people who are different from me with a desire to cultivate connection instead of fear. I honor diversity and bring peace and love to the world. And from Ephesians 6:23, peace be to the whole community and love with faith. And now let's prepare for meditation by singing All Is Well.
As I close my eyes and the world disappears, I can hear my breath rise and fall. There's a light inside that dispels all my fears, and I hear a gentle voice calling. All is well, 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 all is well.
And all is well. As we move into a time of extended meditation right now, meditation is returning to awareness of our oneness, returning to awareness of spirit in and through us. It's a time where we remember that we are here to be an expression, to be a light unto the world. A world that is hungry and painfully calling for more love. And we know that love is maximal, love is. And so our purpose is to pay attention to who we have come here to be in this very moment, right now, here. And so as we move into the silence, hear these words, and then we'll move into the extended silence for a while. It comes from a course of love, a powerful teaching of remembering who we truly are. These words are for you. These words are for me, for all humankind. I am no longer the personal self who is separate and alone. I am my Christ self. I dwell in unity. My identity is certain. This is the truth. I am not less than I once was, but more. Where once I was empty, now I am full. Where once I dwelt in darkness, I now dwell into the light. Once I had forgotten who I am, now I remember and claim my identity. Now I go forth to live as who I am within the world, to make cause and effect as one, in union with the source of love and all creation, the reality. Perhaps with a deep breath, we move ourselves into the silence, the deep silence for a moment in time. As we take a breath and return our awareness to this space where we are, we look around. Perhaps we're with other people. We're in a place where there is energy. We're in a place where love is. And so we give thanks because we know that the sun is always inviting us. Its light is always coming to us. And so here comes the light. Here comes your light. Here comes the sun. We hear this wonderful music in a moment that reminds us that, yes, there is only love, there is only light, there is only sunlight, daughter light. And we say, it is so, and amen.
Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, I say, it's alright. Little darling, it's been a long, cold, lonely winter. Little darling, it seems like years since it's been here. Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, I say, it's alright. Little darling, the smiles returning to their faces. Little darling, it seems like years since it's been here. Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, I say, it's alright. Sun, sun, here it comes. Sun, 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 here it comes. Sun, 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 here it comes. Sun, 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 here it comes. Little darling, I feel the ice is slowly melting. Little darling, it seems like years since it's been clear. Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, I say, it's alright. Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, I say, it's alright. It's alright.
Well, thank you. The sun has arrived, has it not? You know, music is a pathway to the heart. And, you know, namaste team, namaste band. We love you and appreciate all you bring to us. And we also have a time of taking a look at today as we have a talk or a lesson that I'm imagining all of you folks at Unity of Gaithersburg right here, right now. And it's as we all know that life living virtually is different. An ABGO, another blessed growth opportunity. Some days it's another word. Now, another blessed growth opportunity. And one of the things I love about Zoom and about virtual is that it's really it's a link that keeps us going in ways that are full of challenges. I don't know about you, but I feel that way. And here we are in a new year, the third week in a new year. And it's the first time that a lot of you get to meet me. And if you're at the 12:30 Zoom time, we'll have a chance for more get acquainted and be able to see all of you. I've met the AV team and the board and the music team. And so I'm meeting you now. And so I just want to say hello, and I'm blessed to be here. Today we're going to be talking about honoring the sacredness in transition. And let's see if I can do this right. It's very possible I'm doing this right. How's this? I think you can see that. This is a time of change. Now, I recognize that for those of us that are Unity old timers, Unity quite often has used the term transition to be talking about movement from life to death, physical death. We're talking about a movement in times of change and reset time for Unity Ministries. And so I want to say that we are already writing a new first page, a new Genesis, and it begins now. It begins with the rebirth of the self of love. It begins with the birth of Christ in you and in your willingness to live in the world as the Christ self. And a lot of this is not new to you. You are the light of the world. We've been told that before. And Papa Charles Fillmore, talks about divine mind is the one and only reality. But in terms of sacred transition, do you recognize that you are part of writing the new chapter in life? You know, we've gone through a lot of chapters in this last year. I mean, my word, 2020, what a year. And yet here we are. And we're moved into what's happening with us now. And so what we do is we pay attention to knowing that we have a chance to be here now and to do it with clarity and focus and ease and grace. One thing that's really important is to take another look at, are we going to be living as if we already have arrived? I'm not only living in an unfolding infinite field of possibility, I am the unfolding infinite field of possibility. So here we are. So what is this transition all about? But life is full of changes and full of transition and time where we, oh, right, I just want to go, let's just go forth and start finding something new out of way. If sometimes when we go through separation with a spouse or a loss of family and whatever it might be, we want to just move right along. And sometimes if we're going through some loss and some grief, if it's fairly minor or if it's very life changing, very deep, lots of tears and grief bursts over the years, we will take a lot of time. A lot of times people say, aren't you over that yet? But in all time, in all relationships, life is about relationships. It's about being aware that let's take time right now in this here and now moment to pay attention. To not just focus on, oh, here comes the sun, and ignore our shadow self thoughts we have of stuff that's unresolved. And sometimes if we have a loss in terms of we go through a separation or whatever it might be, a new job, when we have the loss, how often do we really allow ourselves to acknowledge and embrace the loss and believe that there is a gift in this wound that we have? Sometimes we want to just jump right in and start dating again or finding somebody new, or we want to just find ourselves. You know, I've been having lots of tears. I call it a grief burst in the grief therapy and the work that I've done. It's a grief burst. And when we have loss, there's going to be some levels of sense of loss. Sometimes it's going to be very, very heavy. And quite often we only say the heaviness is grief. And yet we've gotten off center of awareness of who we truly are and who everyone else is also. And so is it possible that we have within ourselves, if we make a decision, as A Course in Miracles would suggest, we choose again, we shift our perception into the here and now moment. So what's on our plate in this here and now moment? What is really up for us? What is up for Unity Church in Albany? Something that we've learned in Unity And it's been sometimes very difficult for ministries, for churches to go through change. And that change does happen, transitions occur. And what we do know, my own experience of 24 years as a minister, and also time as a consultant helping churches go through this, is that if we decide we're going to jump right back in the saddle and find new partners, or hurry up and do search for a new minister, because we just want to get over this, and I don't feel that bad, or maybe they do, or I am very upset and I just don't want to dive into it. The whole spectrum of feelings is here and now. And what would it look like if everyone here at Unity of Gaithersburg, your board has already taken the first steps, and some of you have too, that we want to take some quality time to discern and to talk about and to embrace and to do this kind of sharing with all of us, that everyone is part of this. Our community needs to take some resets of time. And so that's what we're going to do. And I only got a couple more slides, so I promise you it won't be. So one thing that's important is the concept of oneness. You know what oneness is. Unity, the term unity sort of says it. It's about oneness. One of the things I loved about the inaugurational talk by President Biden was his frequent use of the word unity. And yet that is not, we do not have a hold on the term unity or the concept. The concept is oneness. Everyone knows what unity is and what oneness is. And so this is true for our ministry. This is true for the planet. So you are not your brother's keeper. You are your brothers and sisters. That's who you are. Do you believe that, pardon me, that oneness is a literal fact? I believe it is. That it's a literal fact. So we've come here to look at who are we? Where have we come from? What have we created and achieved and overcome, learned, left unresolved? What is ours to do now? And what is ours to do in this next world of ours? And so once we know that we're here for a reason and we've come to an agreement on what our ministry is about, we're going to be really in a place of we've come together, there's some cohesiveness, we've looked at our past, we've honored our past. It's all about not just healing our past, but it's about honoring our past. It's about, as a group of people that have come together for so many years, the Unity of Gaithersburg has a very rich history. I've known the Unity of Gaithersburg, known of them. I've never been there. I've known some of the ministers and really not known them well. Roger Goodwin was a classmate of mine. And so I have a lot of aloha. Aloha is love for you already. And so what we're going to be doing during this time of transition is, well, let's look at what do we have to celebrate about this place that we call a spiritual home. My hunch is that unless you're new, and by the way, if you are new to Unity Church in Albany, well, on behalf of everybody here, I welcome you. And this is a journey that you ain't going to forget. And it will be deeply changing and powerful for you is my invitation and my suggestion for you. And I will be doing my part to welcome you and to see that you are only loved, to see the love that is in you. And so once we get some clarity around what do we want to celebrate about Unity Church in Gaithersburg, and what do we want to pay attention to, do we want to do some clarification of some concerns or issues or healing, if there's still some healings, some reconciliation. And then also, as we have honored and healed some of the past, looking at this ministry and its rich history, we also want to say, okay, we want to take care of some of those things, but then what about creating our future? How do we co-create our future? And there's so many wonderful happenings about Unity Church in Albany. Unity of, pardon me, I was just in Albany for 10 months, and I finished last Sunday. So apologies for, I do know that I'm right here now with Unity of Gaithersburg, and that's right where I want to be. And I'm excited about it. So what are you called to do and to be during this time? What is a possibility for you? And one of the things we know is that if we take a moment to look and to pay attention, to inquire within, and to look around, if this were an in-person Sunday service, we would look around the room, the sanctuary, and see our brothers and sisters. And you might do that right now in your mind and in your heart. Seeing the people of Unity of Gaithersburg that have been here in the past, going back to the first time you stepped foot in this place, and people that have been here over the years, for those of you that are elderberries, and those of you that are newbies, maybe not so many, but see yourself gathering together. And is it possible that as we gather together, we model the future that we want to create? So when we gather together in spirit, because we're spiritual beings having a human experience, how we present ourselves through our thoughts, words, actions is modeling the future that we want to create. And so what is so beautiful about ministries that will take the time like Unity of Gaithersburg has chosen to do, to really, so we're going to do some deep diving into who are we coming to be. And so we begin to model the future we want to create. So I would ask each one of you, what is the energy and intention you bring to this sacred transition time for Unity of Gaithersburg? You'll have plenty of time to be sharing that. And as I am here with all of you now, we'll be talking about energy and the intention that we all bring to the sacred time. And I use the word sacred intentionally. Sacred, every moment is sacred. Because we're spiritual beings having this human experience, if we pay attention to the reality that we are spiritual beings, everyone on the planet, no matter what they have done, their behavior, is also a spiritual being. Within everyone is the seed of love, core identity. Now, of course, it's not always demonstrated. And as we look in the mirror, we also realize, there's times that I don't demonstrate that. And the question is, are we willing to be a model and call this very moment sacred? Now, I'd be a little arrogant for a transitional consultant like myself to come in and say, well, this is a sacred time, and not also remember that every moment is sacred. For those of you, I know you call transformational opportunities. I love that concept, because it's an opportunity for you to step up into sacred service, volunteering in the planet. Giving and receiving are one in truth. And so this is a sacred time. And one thing I want to honor is that there are a lot of questions about what's going to be happening. And I have some too. And what we will be doing, we're going to be co-creating this transition journey. It's not about someone that is credentialed by the Unity Worldwide Ministries, our home office, as a consultant and anointed and all that kind of stuff. And here I am. I have the answers. I don't. But I have some experiences, and I have a heart that is wide open to yours. And my intention of being here with all of you is to be the best mirror, the clearest mirror I can be. And to be authentic and to share genuinely what's happening in my perception. And I have no hidden agenda that you have to agree or disagree with anything. That I'm here to walk with you. This journey is one where we hold hands, and we are a remembrance society. So we continually come back to remembering what the here and now is all about. And so a healthy transition time has begun, I believe. And I am totally excited about it and about where we're going. And so I would like to close with an affirmation that I am willing and ready to step into this transformational journey with clarity, focus, ease, and grace. I am willing and ready to jump into this transformational growth experience with clarity, focus, ease, and grace. And so it is. I love you all. Look forward to this journey together. And we will say that it is done. Now I see on the screen, you should show that affirmation. If you put that back up. And that I have faith in God as the one and only power in my life. That was the daily word the day that I was born. I have faith in God as the one and only power in my life. This day is a witness to my sacred purpose. Is that beautiful or what? It's because you're beautiful. So, well, I love you, and we go on now to what's coming next, and have some prosperity wisdom from Edie.
Yay, we have begun. Yay! Aren't we so excited? And so here it is time for our tithes and offerings. And so we give from our unlimited abundance and our open hearts. Thank you for going to our website or our newsletter to give your gifts online, and you can also text to give. Here is a prosperity wisdom reminder from Eric Butterworth. Dare to conceive of greater things for yourself. Dare to see yourself as strong, confident, successful, and possessed of the patience and stability to keep on moving in the direction of your dreams. Dream lofty dreams, and as you dream, you shall become. Your vision is the promise of what you shall one day be. Your idea is the prophecy of what you shall at last unveil. And as we each give, we affirm this offering blessing together. Divine love, I am, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And I am so grateful.
To everything turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, turn, turn. And a time to every purpose under heaven. A time to be born, a time to die, a time to plant, a time to reap, a time to kill, a time to heal, a time to laugh, a time to weep. To everything turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, turn, turn. And a time to every purpose under heaven. A time to build up, a time to break down, a time to dance, a time to mourn, a time to cast away stones, a time to gather stones together. To everything turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, turn, turn. And a time to every purpose under heaven. A time to love, a time to hate, a time of war, a time of peace, a
time
you may embrace.
a time to refrain from embracing. To everything turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, turn, turn. And a time to every purpose
Under heaven, a time to gain, a time to lose, a time to rend, a time to sow, a time for love, a time for hate.
a time for peace. I swear it's not too late.
I think I'm on. I don't know. We're going to be moving into the closing song and the peace song in a moment, and then our prayer for protection. And what I like to do is we sing the peace song quite often in unity. I just love it. It's an anthem. It's so powerful. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with someone else? No. And so as we, if you're with someone joining hands, find and keep that in mind that you can be joining hands. Your hearts are already joined. And so let's remember that as we join in consciousness and in person, if we're able, we are singing and affirming some powerful, powerful spiritual truths. Music is the pathway to the heart. And we sing for ourselves and for the planet as we sing, "Let there be peace on earth."
Let there be peace on earth,
And let it begin with me. Let there be peace
folks, it's been a wonderful time being with you. And I'd like to close with a thought of what is it that you are bringing to this sacred time for Unity of Gaithersburg? What is your sacred purpose right now? And I send you love and light. And give yourself a hug from me. All right? See you later. Bye.
I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. Gone are the dark gray clouds that had me blind. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, sunshiny day.